Alright, so I have just added a plane to the 6 a.m. hour on both arrivals and departures. Let's fire it up and see if that makes any difference. I don't really think it will, but I'm curious if that does anything for it. It's the day after part 1. I think the video goes up tomorrow, and we'll see what happens after that. I've got a couple of other things coming up soon, so I may not get back to this for a couple of days, but I wanted to at least try this out, just to see what happens by adding that flight back in to the prior hour and see if that fixes the issue with the schedule not loading. I don't know. Alright, the game just loaded in, and unfortunately it is still not loading. Unfortunately. So, that's the way it goes. Now, with that said, I got a comment on YouTube, so I want to check that out, and we'll discuss that once I'm out of the game again. Alright, so I am out of the game, and this comment was left by user Mark R, and he commented that, "Hi there, I had this problem with a Schedule 2 until I made a completely new Excel spreadsheet for it, and this worked and stopped the time whizzing forward thing. Just thought I'd point it out." That's an interesting comment, and I can kind of potentially understand why. So let me just open the schedule file here. And in this schedule file, you can see here's the 2 planes I just dropped in early for testing purposes. When I hit save, it comes up and says I might lose some features when I save it as a CSV. Do I want to keep using that format? It shouldn't matter because the file is already a CSV. It's already set up that way. So it shouldn't be breaking anything. It's mostly just Excel telling me that, hey, if you've done formulas or something, these get lost in a CSV. But I'm curious in that if there's some sort of compatibility data or something that's written within the game that it doesn't scan the schedule or ingest or parse the data properly when you do it that way. So there's 2 things I need to do. First, I need to just start a blank Excel file. Let's just open a blank Excel file here. And then we'll pull up my file here for the schedule. And I am just going to copy, paste, and just going to copy the file. All right, now in order not to continue to have the same problem by overwriting the existing file, I am going to go to databases, and I am going to call this one schedule, and it needs to be a CSV. Wait a second, were there multiples? CSV comment delimited. I think that'll do it. So I'm just going to save it there as where was I going? Here we go. I'm going to go back out to databases. I need to pick CSV like that. Save it as schedule. Yes. Okay. So that's one new file. I'm going to close that, and I'm just going to delete it. And let's launch Excel again. New document. Okay, I just closed out of the file. I didn't mean to do that. So games, Steam apps, common, Tower Simulator, airports, TIST, databases, NerdKeys, and GA. Okay, so now I'm going to copy all of this, to my new workbook. Close you. No, I don't care. And now let's go back to this. Awesome. Nope, SSD, wrong hard drive, Let's go to Steam. Steam apps, common. Tower Simulator 3, airports, TIST, databases. Let's select CSV and let's go GA. Yes. Okay, file is saved. Now I can delete this GA. And we go out to databases, cut them, paste them in here. And now let's try to launch the game and see what that does. Freeze the application like it did here at the start. So I'm curious if that means the engine is parsing in the data, similar to what it did the first time I replaced the schedule file before, but I don't know. But I did want to trigger the recording as soon as I launch. That way, if it works, as soon as we get in, you'll know. App is freezing a lot, and my time is still cycling forward. So I don't know if it's the CSV type that I used, which is just regular CSV. That's what the file is labeled as now. There is another type of CSV, but it's not quite just basic comma separated values. So unfortunately, back to the drawing board for me. I don't know what specifically Mark R had done. I did start a new Excel spreadsheet, excuse me. I did copy over the data, so there's a chance that something in copying over that information broke it. But I'll probably go down and run some tests with just one airplane. I'll do all departures, maybe all arrivals, just try something. Or I'll go to the original schedule, copy out the original first plane that shows up as an arrival, stick it in there and just try it with one plane. It's just time consuming the way the game works because there's so much launching, load screen, configuration of the session, launch the session, blah, 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 blah. It just takes a while to do all that, and then it doesn't work. Then you have to exit out, quit the game, and then make your edit, and then relaunch the game, go through it all again. So it takes a while to do these tests and messes with the application. So I'm going to keep messing with this on TIST and try to figure something out. I'm not sure. Excuse me, I'm really kind of confused as to why it can't seem to read the values. They are in CSV, so I don't know. Keep researching, keep checking it. If anybody finds anything else out, go ahead, feel free to comment on it. I may check their Discord, but I kind of want to try to figure this out a little more. Again, casual game, and see what happens. So thank you for watching, and I'll keep you updated.